Keep rolling.
Studio burnt down into disaster.
Problem with any retainer, they eventually just go, well, how long am I going to do this for? Yeah. There's no like start and end. So they can say, I'm paying this much money. Here's where I start. Here's where I end. When you're around other people, so you see what Social Lab is doing as a whole, you see what Elijah does with the social media section, or me and Blake do with the media section. If you see us hitting certain numbers, it breaks your own belief in your head to be like some people would have never thought making like 250 in a year is possible. Yeah. But if you're around people that do that all the time, then it's like, it just deletes it out of your brain. It's like, well, if this person does it, why? Like, it must be easy. So it comes around to the environment that you're in, which I want to do my own coaching. Yeah. If I can get 5 people that are all really, really good and we can all grow, if I get newer people in that are a bit lower, if you're surrounded by people doing like 100K plus a month, like you're sitting there on a call being like, well, fuck, why is that person doing it? Why can't I do it? Or what's he doing? Yeah. So,
Colby.
Gimp. Offer. All right, 2026 changes. Very good year last year, but obviously we want to improve every single year. Yeah. And you've got lots of ideas.
So it was like a good year, but I think it could be like, it was a good year, but we've kind of feel like we did it the hard way. Whereas now we can kind of do the exact same, but easier, so then we can grow better.
Correct. Just simplifying again. Yeah. To scale, you need to simplify. Yeah. What for offer? Any changes to your offer? So last year we did 2 main packages, 2 podcasts a month, 4 podcasts a month. Is there any changes this year?
Yeah. So we found like those like the best that worked. However, people, as I said, like averagely would be 6 months, or they'll be like here and there, and it's like at the end of the day, doesn't it come the best for the business as well, or doesn't also we can't help you and grow your podcast. People will come in and be like, well, I haven't really seen results yet after 2 months. Like, well, you have to stay for longer. Yeah, because it's not going to be able to grow. So we're going to input.
So just before you go, the main problem was that you have a good system if they follow it, but people weren't staying on or they weren't committing to it long enough. And again, like you said, we're not in the business of fucking scamming people. So if you come in, you say you want to do a 6-month thing, we're not making them pay up front, which we might have to move to. But like if someone wants to leave after 3 months because they're moving away, like we're not in the business of just saying bad luck, pay us thousands of dollars. Like you're more than welcome to leave. Yeah. But it's something that you need to look at to improve. Is we need to stop people from saying they want to do something, not implementing it the right way, and then leaving because they didn't get the result. Which, how are we going to do that? What's the plan?
So we've sort of like planned it last year. We haven't launched yours as much yet, but it's like a series launch. So you come with the exact same process, like a strategy session that we always do. We plan out your first 12 episodes.
What do you call it? Series launch? Series launch. Same strategy session?
Yeah, the exact same strategy session. It's pretty much the exact same process that we plan out your first 12 episodes. The whole series is done from like episode structure to your social media, like content structure, branding, all that. But in this time, it's more that you're locked into 12 episodes. So it's whether you do 2 a month that we found worked well or 4 a month, you're locked into 12 episodes no matter what.
So it's more like you're going away from like a monthly podcast thing to more of like a full package. Yeah. So rather than get 2 a month, you're saying you're not getting 2 a month, you're actually signing up for 12, a full season will create. Yeah.
So then one, we are able to actually work along with them for the 12 episodes to be able to get the results they want for their business, instead of them just staying on for like 3 episodes and then leaving. We're able to stay with them for the 12 episodes and get those results.
I guess it frames it more as like, here's the result you can get, but the only way to get that is through this season. Yeah. So if you implement the seasons, and it also gives them I guess when you do a monthly, or it's like a problem with any retainer, when you do a certain thing every month, they eventually just go, well, how long am I going to do this for? There's no like start and end. Whereas if you give someone, this is where we're starting and this is where we're ending, they can see the full process. So they can say, I'm paying this much money, here's where I start, here's where I end. So it gives them a start and an end, which is the main part. Any other offer or any other offers you're going to implement? You're obviously starting this. We've renovated the bottom of this place. So
yes, that's right. We've
quite a large addition.
We just thought that whilst we're sort of like also in the industry of like film, creative content, all that.
Business owners,
like we might as well utilize the warehouse that we have. And I trucked everyone upstairs, but
we're hidden.
Yeah. But we've now created like all downstairs as a photography space, hire space for business owners and brands to come in to shoot their content of like their clothing and that, or could be for people who see our page and want to hire out themselves. No matter what, it will be a hire, but we're mainly
so you're not doing any of the shooting. It's just hire. And who are going to be the main targets for that? What'd you say just then?
Like business owners and brand deals.
Business owners.
So brands, so like Billy Jones.
Business owners, brands.
Billy Jones. Who's Billy Jones? What's her name? Billy Bones.
I don't know, you're saying it. Billy Bones. Billy Jones Bones.
Like Billy Jones. Like Billy Bones who came in.
Okay, so business owners that own brands, or they're business owners who want to do content.
Yeah.
So you have the backdrops and all the setup to do.
Yeah, so we made a space where it's like there's like sort of like 3 sections within it. It's like rustic garage door type of vibe, to rollers, to a white wall, and then you have like all couches and that all easily move around. So you can move around and do whatever you want. It's pretty good.
That's good. So that's going to open up. Have you got any offers for that yet, or is that still work in progress? Yeah. Or have you got any like packages or?
Oh, we have a couple of packages because we had that's like 3 to 4 shoots in prior to us going to be launching this, just to have an idea of what like we have here. Say like it was like a steamer, clothes rack, and all that type of little things like people just need.
Yeah.
We got a couple of those shoots in just to identify anything that we're missing. And then from there we ask like prices, packages, hours, because we're not too sure. It was like 2 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours. Like what's the ideal for us?
Asking them that.
Yeah. Like what's easy for them for a shoot. But yeah, we have made up a draft for packages already in terms of those.
Yeah, and that is also what I always harp on about, or it's in the full retainer setup, is you need to get those first beta clients to build out a case study.
Yeah.
So if you want to launch a new offer, you have to get people in first to either, like you said, do market research, see what we were lacking, what needed to change, what improvements we could make. Before we launch the offer, we've already got 3, 4, 5 case studies that we can go to people and say, hey, if you want this result, or if you're this type of person and you want this type of content, or you want this type of result, here's 3 or 4 other people that have already done it. Which, very, very good. All right, so that's some new offers for 2026. More focus on a whole rounded type of offer, as in a start and an end point, rather than just ongoing retainer.
Yeah.
Or it'd be good to have a bit of both.
Yeah.
So you can have a few retainers that keep the cash coming every month.
Yeah.
Then you also have this one where it's more lock people in to a start and an end point. That you could almost do that in your sales process. You could see which one's going to suit them best. If you feel like they're in for the long haul, maybe we can just do the retainer. Or if you feel like they just want to do one season, it might be better just to try and close them on the spot for the start and the end.
Yeah.
Because you might get the feeling on the call that they might just be in it for a couple months. So you may as well pitch the big one instead of people that you can feel it on it for the long haul.
Yeah.
Sales process. What I wrote before was that paid ad strategy session. You could do paid. So obviously there's a lot of value in that. So you're offering a lot of value in the strategy session. You're pretty much building a podcast for them in an hour, which is very, very valuable. And we do that for free, which works well because they get to the end and they're like, fuck, I just got all of that, which is like, it's for free and they could just take it and do it themselves. But you sell the implementation of it, which is the Hormozy model of if you just give them everything, there's nothing left. Like they think, what's it going to be like when I work with her if I'm getting all this for free? So one improvement we could make is, paid strategy sessions. Yeah. Anything else? You're going to change your sales process? Probably not.
Probably not.
So still run the same strategy session offer. Run the same strategy session offer, same call funnel, and just rip from there. Maybe make it a paid. We could even test it. You could even test do 1 month, run it as a paid $50 strategy session, and the next month do for free, and we'll see what works.
Yeah.
Other than that, no changes.
No.
Goat, deal pig goat.
No, cut that out.
Delivery. What are we going to do? Any changes to your kind of roadmap of how you deliver the service? Have you got any thoughts around how you're going to do this hire? Like, how is it going to be? They book a certain amount of time, and you have a scanner, they can come in whenever, like automatic, or as a book within the day?
It would be book within the day, only because we're also in the office here as well. We currently come in the weekends. It'd be booking during the day. We found the shoots that we would do were roughly like 2 hours, so we definitely have to be like our lowest one, nothing lower. So like every 2 hours, 4 hours, and 8 hours will be our 3 packages.
2, 4, 8.
Yeah, and then from there, pretty much, everything gets included. So all like the lighting, all the like couches, chairs, everything is included.
And again, there's nothing. The best thing about this is that they're delivering it themselves.
Yeah.
So we've had the space, and they're just going to do the delivery themselves. So it's something we can add on that doesn't really require a lot of time and energy and resources from us, because we put it in to start, and then it's basically just going to be a passive way that people can book the space on top of your podcast packages. So that's a good little revenue booster. Other than that, well, how did the results go for those test clients? Good?
Oh, it was cool. We came out, from the little test clients, we did get quite a big, like a good following of clothing brands and that, which has been really good.
Just through organic content?
Yeah.
So just posting, collabing it, or?
Yeah, so pretty much they collabed and tagged the shoe that we're in. And that has worked already. It hasn't been launched.
Well, that's what you did for that beta test period. You say you can come use it for free and shoot your new collection or your new product, but just tag us in it, and can we collab some of them so it gets it out there?
Yeah.
That's cool.
But they also they like the space. That's good.
And that's very good. All right, traffic changes to your content. So last year you said Instagram was your main kind of traffic source, as well as paid ads. What are you thinking Instagram this year? What are you going to change?
Well, because we have this new service, we'll kind of be implementing like our 3 pillars now within the studio. So there's like the podcast.
Yep.
And then we have the studio, which is out here, photography. And then we also have like content creation for business owners as well.
So like personal brand,
type
stuff.
Yeah, one like face to camera type.
First one is podcast studio, which is you got your 2 studios here to record podcasts.
Yeah.
The photography studio to hire. So that's like, studio. And then content in terms of like shooting personal brand type reels.
So
are you going to do the editing for that?
Yes. Yeah. So it's like a podcast video system where it's like, if people don't want to start a podcast yet, but they keep liking the idea of they see other business owners in a podcast setup talking to the camera, they don't have to sign up for an actual podcast. They have to sign up for a content session, where we have also implemented within that where it's like, we help them say what to do, like what to say pretty much. So
you're going to add that in the offers section?
Yeah.
So back in the offers section, I'm going to add podcast video system, which is going to be podcast
style content.
Podcast style content.
Yep.
So using the mics, making it look like a podcast almost.
Yes, correct, yeah.
Podcast style content without having the full podcast. So you still get the same benefits of podcasts, like the snippets and things, but they're not doing a full podcast with Apple and Spotify. It's more they get the snippets.
Okay.
Are you going to build out, what are you doing with that? Are you going to build out the ideas for them?
Yeah.
Or do they come in with a list, or what?
Yeah, so we've built out like pretty much a Notion sheet where they will brainstorm what the ideas are, then under the bottom of that then goes through each reel, and they pretty much be able a structure of like your hook, your meat, and your outro, and they'll then write those out. They send it to me prior to coming in, I read it, and then when we're in the room I help them say
Notion board to brainstorm, content coaching, so I'll say what to say and why. Yeah. Cool. That's a new offer.
Yeah.
Good. Back to traffic. So how are you going to split up? You've got three businesses in one, or 3 offers. So you've got actual podcast, you've got photography hire, and you've got face to camera type reels, podcast style reels. How are you going to break up your content?
So I think Dan came up with this idea. We're going to do like, so it'll be in like weeks.
Yep. So call it weekly campaigns.
Yeah.
And what's the thought process behind that?
So as of like next week, our first week will pretty much be the outside here launching the studio. But if you go like Monday studio, Tuesday podcast, Wednesday content, everything's like mix and matching, and everyone's like, oh, what is it? Or if we like do like a bit more clearer, 1 week's this, 1 week's that, comes across easier.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't dilute your message.
Yeah,
so
correct.
People aren't going to wake up every day being like, what the fuck does this place do? It's kind of like each week has its own strategic campaign and own push.
Yeah.
So 1 week will be build up to call to action at the end of the week to book the studio, and the next week will be podcasting. But the best thing as well is, we'll move on to it now, is you still have the paid ads, which is more like direct sales.
Yeah.
Direct sales. So like it opens up for your own organic content to be more, like we said, worked last year. If we scroll back up, which is they like the personality behind the scenes, very top of funnel, not very, like we're not pushing people to sign up to anything. So that works good because we can still run the paid ads on the back end, which can be very direct. So you can target different markets. We can run podcast ads, we can run photography studio hire, and you can run like this podcast video system as paid ads. So you don't need to feel like, you need to push every week. So if we keep your Instagram organic content very like light and fluffy and more like fun, show a little bit of like the fun podcast side, and then show that the people that come in and show how fun they had and how cool it was that they came in and what the studio's like. You don't have to necessarily push people to be like, buy, book.
Yeah.
We can do that with the paid ads, which is why if anyone's watching, like you need to have paid ad strategy, because if you don't, you're going to find that your organic content will inevitably, when you have a down period, you're going to start selling on your organic content, which is not what you want. Because when you start selling heavy on your organic content, that's when people are like, what the fuck, I didn't follow you just to get sold to. So if you focus on, if we do this for Traffic 2026, we focus on top of funnel, attracting our dream follower. So when you running organic content, the idea is that obviously our business owner or our ideal client for the podcast and this stuff is business owners that have good knowledge to start a podcast and they have money. But if we go out in our organic content and try and find people like that, we're not going to have a lot of luck. So within our dream follower for the podcast studio is a business owner. So within our business owner, we're going to have our actual ideal client, which is exactly what I said, someone with money, someone with expertise in a really specific topic. So if you have a physiotherapist, they've got deep knowledge on that topic. They're someone we want to work with. So when you're running your organic strategy, you want to think of creating content for your dream follower, not your ideal client. So if we can get heaps of business owners to follow us, within all those business owners, there's going to be like 5%, I think they say, is going to be your ideal client. So when you're thinking of your organic strategy for your podcast, your studio, and your content, what would a business owner want to see from this studio? Or what would a business owner like to watch? Not necessarily what would Julia specifically want to watch, but more attracting business owners in general. And then in our paid ads, we can just run direct straight to them. Anything else for traffic?
No, I think that's all.
All done. What would you say your 2026 goal is?
In terms of?
Well, last year you made 250,000. Have you got a goal for that for this year?
I think more so it'd be like more consistent months. Now that we're going to be having like a bit of a simple like retainer process would be having a more consistent months. Like it's good to have like an overall goal, but I'd like to go a bit more deeper and just get those consistent months so it's a bit more easier and not going up, down, if it does. And I think from implementing those retainers and that, a bit of an easier process for that to happen, which would be around.
Yeah. Got a number for? What's the number? Just say a number. What you've got one written down. You definitely have a number.
I do.
What is it? Double?
Well, yeah.
Okay, so we're going for 500. Shit, yeah, that's the goal, roughly. Anything under 500, not good enough.
Yep.
If you're still watching, like the video, comment on it, let me know if you like this type of setup, or if you just want more educational stuff. But I really enjoyed doing this. So top of the description, you can book a call, we can go over similar to this, kind of what last year was like for you, what we can implement in that growth engine. So the offer, sales, results, and traffic, we can map it all out for you, and see if I can help you hit your goals. So go to the top of the description, book a call. See you next time.
Highly recommend.